Welcome to Prime Times with Attorney Leah, where we would delve into the latest issues and personalities shaping our society. Today, we have a special guest, Attorney Persida Acosta, the Chief of the Public Attorney's Office. With her extensive experience in providing legal assistance to the marginalized and advocating for human rights, we are eager to learn more about her leadership and the crucial role of PAO in our justice system. Let's dive into the conversation with Attorney Persida Acosta. Chief, can you tell our viewers gaano na po kayo katagal dito sa PAO and paano nga ho ba napunta ang isang Attorney Persida Acosta sa Public Attorney's Office?
Way back 1990, lumabas ang bar, di ba? Branch clerk of court ako noon, ni Judge Lucas Bersamin, naging Chief Justice, and then naging Executive Secretary.
Yes.
Sabi ko kay Justice Bersamin, Judge pa noon, gusto ko pong mag-PAO. Ang sabi niya, hindi kita pipigilan. Kasi pag branch clerk ka, tatanda ka na lang branch clerk dito. So, go ahead. So, after 6 months, nag-public attorney ako sa Manila. That was August 1990 hanggang 1993. Umalis ako because I was asked by my family na ipaglaban yung kaso ng kapatid kong namatay. So, pati yung mga kaso ng mga kamag-anak, and I joined Crusade Against Violence with a group of Mr. Lauro Visconde, dahil yung Visconde Massacre, Vinculado Massacre, Cadante Jimenez. So from 1993, August din, until 2001, I received a call from Secretary Nani Perez. You're my handpick, PAO chief ka na. Pagpunta ko ng DOJ, sabi ko, PAO chief na raw ako. Sabi niya, no, don't start yet. The current PAO chief took a leave for 1 month. After 1 month ka pa makapunta sa PAO, dito ka muna. So, 1 month ako sa DOJ, walang sweldo. Until such time, February 23, 2001, 23 years ago, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, nandito ako sa conference room na to.
How did you feel when you had that call? Kasi syempre, as a lawyer, we're both lawyers, ang una nating iisipin, chief ng isang malaking entity, right? It's the Public Attorney's Office. Hindi po ba kayo na-stress? Hindi po ba kayo natakot? Dahil you were a young lawyer back then. Were you afraid of the responsibilities na kaakibat ng pagiging chief?
Persida Acosta is a strong woman. What I believe is that if wherever I go, God will be with me. So, kasama ko ang Panginoon. Hindi ako ang personal na mamamahala sa PAO, but it's God. And I'll be properly guided by His Holy Spirit and our Lord Jesus. So I'm a strong believer. I'm a Bible reader. I've been handling Bible missionary work for 14 years since I was 13-year-old. So, ang alam ko, parang si Moses lang yan eh. Kahit hindi marunong magsasalita because of the power of God.
How many years are you now heading the Public Attorney's Office?
23 years and 3 months.
Of those 23 years, ma'am, syempre life is not perfect. Lahat naman po dumadaan sa stumbles. Hindi naman po tayo binigay ng Diyos dito sa lupa para mabuhay ng perfect. Ma'am, in those 23 years, can you absolutely say na meron pong isang memory or isang event as a chief na talagang nagturo sa inyo bilang abogado, babae at nanay?
Ang most memorable case that I handled is the case of the 1,200 death convicts. Way back 2004, or 20 years ago, President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo was very firm in executing by lethal injection these convicts at 200 ay nakasalang at may 2 isasalang ng January 30, 2004. But Father Ulager of New Bilibid Prison, Robert Ulager, approached me and told me, Chief, papayag ka bang mabitay ang mga bibitayin? Sabi ko, of course not. Do we have newly discovered evidence, Father? May 2 hindi pa nahuhuli dun sa mga kidnapper na sinasabi. Mahuhuli natin. Ipatigil mo bitay. So I filed a petition for suspension of execution before the Supreme Court. And then Father Ulager went to Surigao and went to Mindanao and Visayas with the police officers handling the warrant of arrest that I took from the court. Nahuli yung 2. So, kinuna ko ng judicial affidavit, sinatats ko, and then I argued on January 26, 2004, before the August halls of the Supreme Court, before the magistrates, first time in the history of POW, Chief, was conducting an oral argument. So, sabi ng mga nandito, ma'am, talo tayo dyan. Final na yan. Executory na yan. Bibitayin na nga eh. Nag-dry na nga eh. At may isang dati regional director ako na nagsabi, ipapahiya mo ba, Chief, ang opisina? Alam mo, sabi ko, sumama kayo, manood lang kayo. Nag-iisa ako hanggang sa sumama sa akin yung handing lawyer sa baba, sa RTC, handing lawyers sa taas, sa appeal. Bago kami punta sa Supreme Court, sabi ko, let us pray. Yung isa ayaw mag-pray. I could just kneel down. Pray kami. Then punta kami. Sumama sa akin na yung mga senior diyan kasi siyempre chief. Pagdating doon sa Supreme Court, talagang kinilabutan ako because akala ko ang SOLDIAN lalaban sa POW. They joined us. And even the Commission on Human Rights, Tita Puring Kisumbing. And then the Amnesty International also joined us. The European Union staged a rally behind our motion. So, nanalo. 8-6 ang boto. Divided, 8 pabor sa suspension, 6 ang nagsabing pitayin, 1 abstain. So, sabi ko, mahirap talagang ma-unite kasi talagang iba-iba ng mga
Yes.
Ang pinaka-argument na hindi ko makakalimutan doon, when I was asked by the then Associate Justice Artemio Panganiban, was there a crime committed? Parang 4 times niya akong tinanong. Ang sagot ko, I don't know. I don't know, Your Honor. Why? You were not there, Your Honor. I was not there. Everyone in this August halls was not there. Only God knows whether there was a crime committed.
Okay.
Why should we put the blood of these 2 men at our hands and kill them? Paano po kung merong newly discovered evidence? Mabubuhay ko pa ba sila sa sementeryo? Of course not. I cannot tell them anymore. Bangon, bangon, halika kayo, uwi na tayo. May mga talagang salarin pala at hindi kayo. And that was the turning point of the oral argument. Sayang wala pong, we have no transcript of stenographic notes. I asked the then clerk of court, Tita Luz Puno, but sabi niya, it's highly confidential. Yes. Because marami kaming tinake up about crime, national security, national interest cases involving some high-ranking officials and politicians involved in these cases.
As a lawyer, that has been maybe one of the most memorable that you've had and you've taught a lot. Naging president po eh. Naging president po kayo sa mga lawyers after you. Pero may I ask, Chief Acosta, that might be one of the most momentous occasions of you being chief. May I ask also, what has been one of the most disheartening moments? Because I want our viewers and our kababayans to know that behind a strong woman like Presida Acosta, there was also a time that she was down. And how did you remedy it?
It is a judicial notice and public knowledge that there are some cases which are disheartening, not only to me, but to the Filipino people. But as a lawyer, I invoke my right against self-incrimination because I'll be touching some merits and some sub-judice issues. Alam ng taong bayan kung ano yung masakit kay Presida Acosta. Pag ang mga buhay ng tao ay nasa bingit, o kaya ang hustisya ay parang pagdududahan ng sambayanan. Si Presida Acosta ay umiiyak din pag siya mag-isa. Pero nagpipray lang ako, napapawi ang dusa. Pero hanggat nakikita ko ang pagdurusa ng nakararami, ang sabi ko, parang napakawalang kwenta ni Presida Acosta. I feel so guilty na parang manunood ka na lang na may mga nabibiktima. Merong time na talagang lalabanan mo pati ang pamahalaan. Kasi ang POW lang ang pwedeng lumaban sa pamahalaan. Pero kailangan. At masaya naman ako dahil doon lang sa death penalty, after that, President Gloria asked for a night with me at the music room at she thanked me. Kasi nga, hindi nalagay sa kamay niya ang buhay ng mga bibitayin. Yan yun, matagal na yun. Pero marami pang sumunod. Isang memorable yung sumundo ako ng mga matatanda sa airport. Tapos na naman to no? Hindi na sub judice. Sa Tanimbala. Umiiyak, humahagulgol yung matatanda. Palipad, pupuntahan ng mga pamilya. Sinundo ko sila. Nilabanan ko talaga ang mga opisyal sa airport, ABSICOM, pati ang DOTC, pati kung ano pa. Pero ang consolation ko, somebody from Malacanang, during the time of Pinoy, asked me, ilan na ba ang napalaya nyo? Nagpapasalamat si Pinoy sa'yo. So kala ko galit sila, pero they're just watching from above,
Correct.
down,
Yes.
at my place. Ang hirap, talagang lagi nasa bingit ang aking posisyon bilang
Yes.
PAO chief.
Yes, Chief.
Pwede akong kasuhan. Pero salamat na lamang sa Republic Act 9406, which was sponsored by Senator Juan Ponce Enrile at the House, at the Senate. Sa baba naman, unanimous halos sila. In 2007, nagka-tenure ako. So, hindi ako pwede basta tanggalin. Kailangan may due process.
Yes, yes, Chief.
At appointee ako by the President, and the President can remove me and nobody else.
With your extensive background as a lawyer, as the Chief of the Public Attorney's Office, evident po you have a following like no other individual in government. 1.2 million followers and counting. Now, ma'am, may I ask, how do you ensure na yung serbisyo po ng PAO ay nakakapunta sa talagang remote area, sa marginalized, and paano ho ba natin masisigurado na lahat ho ay free, lahat ho ay seamless? Paano ho kaya yun, Chief?
I am a doctor of social development. I graduated in 2015 at UP Diliman, College of Social Work and Community Development. 3. Transparency, accountability, and empowerment. Transparency, everybody can text Presida Acosta any time of the day and night. I have my cell phone, a public cell phone. Ako mismo bumabasa. So alam ko ang problema ng bayan. Transparency, kung paano ang paggasta. Alam ng taong bayan, 100% utilization ng PAO, walang disallowance, walang suspensions, 23 years na malinis ang paggasta ng Public Attorney's Office. Accountability. Ilan na pong public attorney ang akin dinismiss from service. After due process and hearing. Stop, tinanggal, pag may korupsyon, tanggalin. After due process and hearing. Lagi tayo may due process. That is accountability. Make every lawyer and staff at PAO be accountable to whatever they will do, whether it's good or bad. I am a soft and hard leader. Hard, impose ko ang law. Okay? Constitution and internal rules of PAO, civil service rules, DBM rules, COA rules. Pero marunong ako magbigay ng reward. All incentives. Basta may savings, may allocation, sa kanilang lahat yan, sa ating mga abogado. Ayoko naghihirap ang abogado. Lalo pa yung mga kliyenteng di makapunta sa court, walang pamasahe. I told my followers, give them their pay. Reimburse them.
Yeah.
And I'll pay you back. So that's it. Empowerment. This August, we shall be having our 8th nationwide National Mandatory Continuing Legal Education Program at Manila Hotel. 2,505 public attorneys nationwide will be attending the 36 hours lecture to comply with our requirement. And that's empowerment. Trainings, seminars, that's empowerment. As a leader, you can empower your people if you are credible.
Yes, Chief.
Follow the leader rule.
Yes, Chief.
If you have no skeleton at your closet or any, say, small ball at your underarm, mapapasunod mo sila. Ilan lang dyan ang salbahin na talagang, kumbaga sa isang tiklis na kamatis, may pa isa, 2 bulok, aalisin mo.
Yes,
Hiwalay mo. Pagka alam ng abogado na you mean business, meaning hindi profit, but talagang stricto ka pero compassionate
Disiplina.
ka, susunod sila sa'yo. Pati mga parents niyan, mga nagmamakaawang yung mga anak nila, tanggapin ko sa PAO.
Yes, Chief.
And we have here sons and daughters of justices, judges, congressmen, congresswomen, and some businessmen.
Yes, Chief.
Grabe. Sabi ko, hindi mo kailangan magtrabaho sa PAO because napaka-conglomerate yung family nyo. So, pero gusto pa rin ng parents sila. Matututo sa PAO.
Yes, Chief.
Madidevelop. I am inspired because of the trust and confidence of the Filipino people. At pag lumalakad ako sa daan, hindi sila sumisibangot kundi nakangiti. Para bang happy sila nakita nila si Presida Acosta.
Yes. You were saying something about transparency, accountability, empowerment. Correct. And siguro, ibig sabihin na rin po dyan, you aspire to inspire more lawyers in our profession. Ma'am, this 2,500 lawyers who would be undergoing the MCLE in Manila Hotel this coming June.
No, at PICC.
PICC.
I stand corrected.
Okay. And PICC, ma'am, masisigurado ho ba ng ating 2,500 lawyers na ibibigay nila yung talagang tinuro ninyo na serbisyo sa ating nangangailangan na mamamayan, marginalized?
We have monitoring system, and monthly they submit accomplishment reports, number of clients, number of cases, winning cases, losing cases. You know, kahit na-convict, basta napababa sentensya o napaparol o napa-probation, panalo ka naman.
That's a win.
Yeah. So, I want them to feel that being a public attorney is a passion for justice. This is not just for fun. This is a big responsibility because the life and death of your client lies on your hands. Pag nakulong ka, para ka na rin binitay. You could see the situation in jails, highly congested.
Yes.
So para ka nang binitay ng unti-unti, like the song Killing Me Softly. Pero sabi ko nga, pag binitay, sandali lang, pahinga na. Like what Jose Rizal said, or National Hero said, morir is para descansar. Mientras vivir is para sufrir. Ganun talaga, pero yung unti-unti kang mamamatay sa init, sa sakit, di ba?
Yes, ma'am.
At minsan, hindi na, natural death. Human factor, nasaksak ka,
Yes.
inunan ka sa loob, wala na.
Yes.
That was part of my dissertation. Deaths in jail, mga kamatayan sa kulungan. I defended that before I graduate as Doctor of Social Development.
Yes, Chief. What are the significant milestones na nailagay po ng PAW with modernization? Dahil po pagpasok nyo po dito, talagang modern because you are not only reaching out talaga doon sa field, but also digitally, nakakatulong ho kayo sa ating kapwang Pilipino. Ano po ang masasabi nating modernization expansions na ginagawa ho ng PAW para makapag-reach pa po ng mas madami?
Access to justice, especially during pandemic, our senior officials deliberated that we should have a live program to be aired at YouTube and Facebook, also in Twitter. So, #Pala, Presida Acosta's Legal Advice Program was launched in 2021. Because during the pandemic, before 2019, the total clients of PAW was 19 million, 2019. 13 million rather, 13. Nung pumasok ang pandemya, naging 6 million na lang, 2020. Kaya noong 2021, nag-isip kami, what shall we do? Hindi na ay ma-reach. So through that live program, nakaka-comment ang mga tao, nakakatanong, then in-open ko Messenger, Viber, and my cell phone, of course, is open since 2001, but still, kailangan mag-social media ka. Ang tao ngayon talagang social media na.
Correct.
Aside from my daily column at Manila Times for about more than 2 decades, that's in English language, and now also in Bulgar, that's for the Tagalog dialect. Kulang eh. Hindi lahat nakakabilang dyaryo.
Yes.
So, iba talaga yung may social media.
Correct.
And especially, kailangan yung monitoring, evaluation of the work of all PAW lawyers nationwide.
Yes, ma'am.
And the feedback mechanism is also important. Kaya meron kami mga boxes na dinalagay doon ng mga tao, ano yung masasabi sa lawyer na humawak ng kaso nila.
Yes. Everybody would tell us, pagka tinanong, sino ho ba si Ma'am Persida Acosta? Ang sasabihin, yun yung matapang, yun yung lumalaban, yun yung tumutulong. Pero ma'am, ang tanong ko, paano ho ninyo tinutulungan din ho ang sarili ninyo kapag merong mga pressures politically, socially, or economically sa trabaho natin? Ma'am, kasi we do not live in a perfect world. Talagang magkakaroon ho tayo ng pressure sometimes. Paano nyo ho nahahandle yun bilang abogado, babae, at chief ng PAW?
I myself is so fragile and weak because I'm a human being. But it's God who gives me strength. Walang makatatalo kay God. He will empower you. If you will be used to save the people's lives, save them for their freedom, ituturo ni God kung anong gagawin mo.
Yes.
Somebody will approach you. And there are some others in the government who are good-hearted. They will tell you what to do. Basta open ka lang. And use your power of discernment and enlightenment to know what is right and what is wrong. Listen before you talk. Diba? Mag-aral bago mag-appear sa court. Pero, sabi ko nga, minsan, parang hindi na ako tao eh. Paano nagawa? After the event na talagang so disastrous and so dangerous, paano kaya ako nakaligtas? Titingala lang, it's God who made it, not me. Like in the bar. Nagtapa ko sa bar, modesty aside. Hindi ako yun eh. It's God's work.
Yes.
To prove that a poor lady from Bataan, a native of Cabcaben, Maribeles, Bataan, a daughter of a bus driver, a daughter of a dressmaker, will make it. And what Father O'Shaughnessy of Ateneo told me, you're vindicated by God. Because he was my professor in legal logic in Ateneo Law School. And modesty aside again, I got 98 in his subject.
Yes.
Syllogisms, how to argue, and everything. So sabi niya, sumulat pa siya, you are vindicated by God. I've been telling people, bigo ka ngayon, bukas, the sun will still shine tomorrow.
I think from what I have gotten from what you're saying, ma'am, is that this is God's destiny for you. And now, ma'am, being a female leader in a, well, we can say, still male-dominated political structure, bilang babae, ma'am, paano ho natin nasisigurado na nabibigyan din po ng equal opportunities ang mga babae nating abogado, not only the lawyers, pero yung mga staff po natin dito, mga empleyado, paano ho natin nasisigurado ng equal footing po ang mga babae at ang mga lalaki?
I'm proud to say, for the Filipino people, that majority of our lawyers are female. As well as our staff, majority rin, female. Wala kami discrimination. Dadaan sa proseso, neuropsychiatric exam, panel interview, oral, written, computer literacy exam. Titingnan. And then, background checking from the transcript in college, in the undergrad, and in law school. Wala akong pakialam kung anong grade nila sa bar. Basta, maayos yung transcript ng college and then undergrad sa law.
Yes, ma'am.
Minsan, pag maraming bagsak, i-interview namin. Bakit nagkaganyan ka? Namatayan ng nanay, namatayan ng tatay, o kaya iniwan ng asawa, maaga nag-asawa, may reason.
Yes, ma'am.
So, titignan mo na lang yung results ng neuro nila if they pass it.
Meron pa rin po bang backlog issues ang PAO? Because I know, ma'am, 2,500 lawyers as opposed to your 19 million, 13 million na clients. Siyempre, ma'am, if you divide it, it's simple math. Mahirap po talaga. Paano po ninyo, ma'am, na-address ang backlog issues, if any?
No postponement policy. Pag may wala, papalitan ng pwede. Pag yung isang judge naka-wellness on leave, papalit yung libre. Hindi ko pinapayagan ang postponement. And always ready even though you are not ready. Okay. Meaning, you have to prepare. You have to go to court, get your calendar the day before, and read the records.
Yes.
And you know, our PAO lawyers are like doctors in public hospitals. Makita lang ang files, alam na kung anong sakit, alam na kung anong depensa, kung may depensa ba, malakas ba ang ebidensya ng nagsasakdal, ano ba ang pwede i-advise, pwede bang plea bargaining kung payag yung accused, walang pilitan, pwede bang i-parole, i-probation.
Yes, ma'am.
So, kailangan smart. Kaya, dito ang lakas ng turnover. After 5 years, nako, magpipiskal, magja-judge. PAO is a training.
Correct.
Ground for judges, prosecutors, private lawyers, executives, and I'm very proud of them. And we have 2 justices at the Supreme Court who were former public attorneys, our Honorable A.J. Samuel Gaerlan and A.J. Associate Justice J.P. Inting.
It brings me pride just to hear you say that, ma'am. Because I remember when I graduated law school, I passed the bar, I think all of the lawyers who passed the bar during my time had dreams to go into PAO. But
we have limited items.
Exactly.
Meron akong inihintay na 200, wala pa rin.
Exactly, ma'am.
Kulang eh. Kasi sabi nung iba, nagtampo daw sila dahil di natanggap. Sabi ko, pwede lang lahat kayo.
Yes.
Kunin ko.
But,
pero wala. Limited items.
Let's talk about the present PAO right now. How do you see, ma'am, your vision and mission as the Chief of the Public Attorney's Office na align po sa ating vision and mission ng ating Presidente?
Nung araw, there was a president in the person of President Duterte, who dreamed that there should be a PAO lawyer in every embassy abroad to protect our OFWs. But the then Secretary, Alan Peter Cayetano, said that he can handle the same. So hindi ako nag-insist. Pero one of my vision is that PAO should be expanded to our embassies, consulates in every country where we have OFWs. Para hindi yung bibitayin na lang tatawag sa akin, ma'am, puntahan mo sa ganun, bibitayin na. Gagawa ng paraan. There was a time sa Singapore, meron kaming hinabol, hanggang sa naging 10 years na lang ang sentensya, hindi siya nabitay. Nakauwi na. At marami kami tinutulungan, pero hanggang doon lang, within our budget.
Yes, ma'am.
Wala kaming legal aid fund for OFWs abroad. Nasa DFA.
Yes, ma'am.
So, isa yung iniisip ko na kung meron ng DFA, sana mawalang galang sa mga taga-DFA, meron din sana ang PAO.
Yes, ma'am.
Kasi pagka mga i-repatriate ngayon, nakikipag-coordinate kami sa Department of Migrant Workers, sa OWA, sa POA. Very responsive naman sila,
Yes,
especially Secretary Tut sa OPLE. So I really mourned when she died. So yun lang. So I would like you to ask me one question.
Okay.
How is PAO in the past and PAO now?
Oh, that is my next question, Chief. You read my mind. Because we were talking about the present kanina. I would like to know, ma'am, ano po yung mga naitanim nyo dati? Na ngayon po ay tumutubo na. At nakikita po ngayon ng mga taong bayan natin na para tulungan pa po sila lalo. How was PAO before and how is PAO now? You read my mind, Chief.
Before I was the chief, meaning I am still an ordinary public attorney in 1990 to 93. Then I engaged in private practice and volunteer works. So before 2001 of February 23, ang sweldo lang ng PAO lawyer, 7,000 to 10,000 pesos a month. I was employed as public attorney without rata. But now, may rata na ang public attorney 1. Na-upgrade from 24 to 25 salary grade. Ngayon, ang hiring namin is 6 digit with allowances.
Yes.
Pero noon, 7,000 to 10,000. So, ang PAO lawyer noon, sumasakay sa tricycle, karitela sa Manila, sa Intramuros, and then taxi, second-hand vehicle, na pag, mamaya, bigla na lang titirik pag bumabaha.
Chief, may I just interject? How much is the salary grade of an entry-level PAO?
25 now.
SG25?
Dati noon, 24.
Okay.
Pero merong APA, 18 and 22, hindi namin inalis para sa special investigators yun at Sharia
Okay.
court lawyers.
Okay.
Ginagamit namin sa Sharia. So, napakahirap ng buhay ng PAO noon. And one of my colleague in Manila, PAO Manila, where I was assigned, yung barong niya, 1 week niyang sinusuot. Nakasabit sa likuran niya. Instead, the picture of the president and the chief of PAO. So, siyempre, pag isang linggo ng suot, you will expect something bad, no, sa amoy. Pero, nung bumaha, may isa akong kasama noon, nagtanggal ng sapatos. Kita ko yung medyas, butas.
Oh, no.
Sabi ko, pati di ka bumili ng bagong medyas, kahit isa lang, laban sa gabi.
Hindi
Pang
kaya.
tissue na ng anak ko yun, pang bao na ng anak ko. Hindi kaya. So, kaya noon, hindi siguro maging 100% na walang tatanggap ng bayad sa kliyente. Hindi mapigil noon. Kasi nga, kulang ang sweldo.
Yes.
Pero nung umupo ako, sabi ko, pangako ko sa Panginoon, tataas ang sweldo ng PAO, gaganda ang serbisyo, dadami ang PAO. We were just 600 then to 900. Ngayon, yun na 2,500, kung ilabas ni si Secretary Mina Pangandaman yung
Budget.
base sa GAA na ipinondo ng ating mga congressman at senador, 260 lawyers, dadagdag. So, lalaki pa.
Yes, Chief.
Dati, walang tenure ang senior officials, papalit-palit. Kaya kakaba-kaba. Hindi makadisiplina kasi baka kasuhan ng walang saysay na kaso, matanggal siya. Pero nung magka-tenure, tumapang na yung mga director,
Yes,
deputies, and the chief. And then, wala kami nung araw, nagbabayad kami ng selyo. Nung ako'y mapa-approve namin yung Paulo, sabi ko nga sa'yo, si Manong Johnny ang tumulong sa amin. Dati ko kasi siyang boss sa PECA Bar Law Offices, way back 1986. I came there as an apprentice. So, ang nangyari, hindi na kami nabayad ng selyo ngayon.
Yeah.
Maraming mga pagbabago, kaunlaran, and then new
Proposed.
building
Yes.
by next year. I hope it will be finished, and DPWH is the one taking care of it.
Okay. This is, I think, the second year of PBBM's administration in our country. Ano, ma'am, ang mga nakikita ho ninyong kapareho ninyong vision and mission? Dahil hindi po naman madali ang trabaho ng isang chief ng public attorney sa office. Tumutulong ho kayo ng walang kapalit. Ngayon ho, ano ho ang nasa mission vision ni PBBM na sa tingin ho ninyo ay kapareho ho ng PAW?
Ang kanyang slogan ay, sama-sama tayong babangon sa bagong Pilipinas. Para sa bagong Pilipinas. Ako naman, may isang magandang umaga para sa bagong Pilipinas. Magkakaroon ng magandang umaga kung ang lahat ng pinuno sa ating bansa ay masasabing may kredibilidad,
Yes.
may tunay na pagmamalasakit, hindi malamalasakitan, kundi tunay na pagmamalasakit, sipag at katapatan.
Yes, Chief.
Apat yan eh. Sipag, katapatan, tunay na pagmamalasakit, at may kredibilidad.
Siyempre.
May inspire ang mga investors sa labas kung tayo ay mapagpayapa. Si PBBM ay isang mahinahon na tao. Mapagpayapa. Daanin lahat sa diplomasya. Yan ang kanyang gusto. Di ba na lamang kung talagang dapat natin ipagtanggol ang ating soberenya,
Siyempre.
o kaya kung mayroong threat to our national security, talaga kaya tayo may Armed Forces of the Philippines at PNP. Pero maganda ang kanyang paraan. Hindi siya gumagamit ng galit. Hindi siya gumagamit ng marahas na pamamaraan.
Yes.
Kung pwedeng pag-usapan, gusto ko yun. Tapos na yung yung panahon ng himagsikan eh. Ngayon ay may himagsikan pero labanan ng prinsipyo at kabutihan.
Ano pa po ang kaya niyong idagdag na makakadagdag pa po ng prinsipyo sa ating mga PAW lawyers at ng integridad, credibility at kabutihan sa mga nagtatrabaho ho sa PAW? How can we bolster more PAW's credibility?
Ang sinasabi ko, kung di nyo kayang maging tapat at masipag, umalis na kayo. Umanap kayo ng trabaho na ganyan ang sweldo at wala kayong gagawin. Huwag kayong manatili sa PAW. Pero kung kayo ay merong passion for justice at may tunay na pagmamalasakit, stay in PAW
Yes.
until your retirement. Kasi ngayon, because of the new law, PAW has the same retirement package as judges.
Wow.
As our counterparts in the National Prosecution Service. Ang hindi na lang nabibigay sa PAW yung wellness na 1 month. Hindi pa nabibigay kasi pinag-aaralan pa rin namin.
Yes.
So pati yung parity, yung talagang parity ng senior with the counterpart at the pros, medyo naiwan yung mga senior. Ako walang problema dahil noong 2004, after my oral argument and the abolition of death penalty, I was promoted by President Gloria Arroyo by virtue of Lincoln Bayan Award as Cabinet Secretary. My rank is equivalent to a department secretary.
That's well-deserved for you, Chief.
And now I am step 8. So mataas pa ako sa bawat bagong secretary. Step 1 sila, ako step 8. So malaking tulong dahil kapag may nangangailangan ay natutulungan natin.
Yes, Chief. Dito kasi sa Prime Times with Attorney Leah, I go off script para at least we're both, candid to our viewers. First question ko, ma'am. Do you think lahat ng mga nakaupo ngayon, ma'am, ay tapat?
Oh, that's a general question. And that might be a policy, a hasty generalization.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not.
You may or may not answer. Do you think, ma'am, there are people who are seated in the government that are corrupt?
Kaya nga may ombudsman to determine who are corrupt.
Second, ma'am, do you think, ma'am, PAW and the lawyers would have more incentives coming, proceeding further?
Yeah, I am always thinking of incentives. That's why President Acosta is employing austerity measures at PAW. Yung iba, magmi-meeting kung saan-saang mamahaling restaurant. Ako, kung pwede Jollibee, yung McDo, mumurahing mga restaurant kung saan makakatipid.
Yes, ma'am.
Noted nga si President Acosta, pag dumalaw sa jail, papakain lang sa mga tumulong at volunteers, 1-piece chicken with rice.
Pero that 1-piece chicken with rice, ma'am, definitely made their day, I would like to think. Next question, ma'am, is, ma'am, do you think, how many years pa po kayo, ma'am, if I may ask, how many years before your retirement?
In 2026, I'll be on compulsory retirement. August 18, 2026.
Okay.
I'll be 65. That's my compulsory. Unless the president will extend my services, if he wants, I can stay up to 2028, and I will go down at the same time with the president. I am open to it.
Okay. Attorney Chief Presida Acosta, people have been asking, daming beses, may chance bang makita natin si Chief Acosta na nasa Senado, nasa Kongreso, or in any elective position? Dahil gusto rin nila maramdaman kung ano yung relief na naramdaman nila sa PAO. Baka maramdaman din nila kapag kayo ay nakaupo. If that would be in the near future, Chief.
Nothing is permanent in this world except change. Everything is possible in God's hands.
Would you want to run?
I'm open to it.
Okay.
Now I can tell everyone I'm open to it. Because if God will let me live more, I want to share it, my life, my strength, to the Filipino people.
Yes, Chief.
Kung hindi magsisikap ang mabubuting tao, puro masasama na lang ang magsisikap. Makarating sa mga lugar, matataas. Kaya, kailangan ng mabubuti. Maraming mahusay, pero ayaw sumabak sa paglilingkod dahil alam nilang sakripisyo. 23 years na ako nagsasakripisyo dito. Hindi ko pa ba kaya sakripisyo ang natitira ko pambuhay kung pautangan ako ni God? Ang magpapalakas sa atin ay ang Panginoon. Why not?
Yeah.
I can hear the cries of children. The angst of the oppressed. But wala kang magawa if you don't have power. But the power should come from God and the people. Kung bibigay sa'yo ni God at ang taong bayan, pati mo tanggapin.
If it's written
Miss Leah can accept it, of course.
Yes.
If God's permit. Pero yung ipresenta mo sarili mo, parang pangit yung nag-aambisyon ka eh.
Correct.
Yung tanong, may ambisyon po ba kayo? Ala akong ambisyon. Ang ambisyon ko, makarating sa bayang banal. Sa new life. The New Jerusalem. That's my ambition. Not here on earth. Because earth is suffering.
So,
Full of heartaches. But in life after death, that's it. That's my ambition. But if you will ask me if I want, or if I like to change my career path, it depends upon the will of God.
But
Pag gusto niya, mangyayari yan.
but you are open to it, Chief.
I'm open to anyone and to anybody because everybody seems to ask me to run somewhere else.
Yes, Chief.
But I'm telling them, bahala na si Lord.
Yes, Chief. Why is Presida Acosta humble enough to go in places like Divisoria, buying, household stuff? Di ba dapat, ma'am, kapag ka-secretary level ka na, uy, dapat sa social, dapat ganito, ganyan. Pero you were there daw, you had no security. You only had, I think, 2 other people with you. Nakatrabaho din daw ninyo. But why is it very important for a Chief Presida Acosta to remain humble despite your achievements?
I was born a humble beginning. At age 6, I had been going to Divisoria with my mother because we have a dry goods store in Cabcaben, Maribeles, Bataan, in front of our house. And my mom used to buy products for us to sell in Bataan. Alalay ako ng nanay ko. So Divisoria is just an ordinary place for me. Kahit ka tumaas ng posisyon, lagi mong isipin ang kawayan. Kawayan hanggang tumataas, yumuyukod sa lupa. That's it. Sino ka? Pag nawala ka na sa pwesto, wala ka na. Yung ibang kaibigan mo, iiwan ka. O matitira lang talaga true friends mo. Narinig ko yan sa ibang mga tumanda na. At ang aking natandaan sa buhay, ako pa rin ay mananatiling si Presida Rueda Acosta y Venturina. Uuwi sa bahay na pwedeng nakatsinelas lang.
That is very inspiring to listen to a woman like you, Chief, as a lawyer, as a mother, as a wife, and as a person. Kasi minsan po nakakalimutan ng mga tao na madaling maging tao, pero mahirap magpakatao.
Tsaka hindi ka maaabot ng maralitang Pilipino kung ikaw ay napakataas ng iyong lipad. Kaya bumaba ka sa baba. Yan ang gusto ni President Bongbong, kaya gusto ko siya. Abutin ng serbisyo ng gobyerno ang maralitang Pilipino na nangangailangan ng serbisyo. Kaya sumasama rin ako sa Love for All ni First Lady, sa serbisyo caravan ni Speaker Romualdez, kasi maganda yung mission nila eh. Walang halong politika, kundi pagtulong sa nangangailangan. Ay gusto Persida ang tayog ng lipad. Paano ko sila maaabot?
Yes.
At mailalapit ang biyaya ng batas para sila ay maligtas sa kaapihan. Kung ako ay mapagmataas.
Your goal, I would like to presume, ma'am, is to reach our more marginalized kababayans, give them the legal services that they need. And for that, ma'am, on behalf of Manila Times, thank you very much for guesting. It is an honor as a woman. And I've interviewed you several times, but this, I think, nakita ho ng mga kababayan natin kung sino ho talaga si Chief Persida Acosta. And Chief, sana hindi ho to huli.
Yes, we can see each other again and meet the people.
Yes, Chief.
Communication skills is very important
Correct.
so that we could convey what is right and to determine what is wrong and to have food for thought.
Yes, Chief.
Kailangan din ang isip ng ating mga kababayan ng bitamina at pagkain, hindi lang ang ating sikmura.
Well said, Chief. And this has been Prime Times with Attorney Leah. I wish you all a good day.